my second day in Istanbul, I was spending my morning with the women of Turkey, who tune into the hottest chat show host in the country. No, it wasn't the Ferhat show, though he would have liked it that way. Rather, Aram Balam Petayem, which means my bee, my honey, my petek. Since Turkey's TV was privatised in the 1990s, over 20 chat shows are now on air. And Turkish women, and I suspect a few men, watch women's shows for an average 4 hours and 42 minutes every day.
On stage. Her name is Niran Ünsal. She's also another star, another singer.
Petek, a former model and pop star, knows how to entertain the masses. But she says she's more concerned with educating women in a country where many are illiterate and unemployed.
Devamlı flört ediyoruz.
Who's that lady on the right? She is the love doctor.
Husbands are also invited to take part.
Küçük tartışmalar oluyor mu?
Tabii ki.
Yok
Ben ne gördüm biliyor musun Temin?
She says my husband lies all the time. I mean, it's so honest. It is honest. Yeah. My husband lies. Yeah. On national television.
İlişkide bir kıskançlık olmalı ama düzeyli olmalı.
It's a very patriarchal society, and you know, women should have more influence in the family, more influence in the relations, equality. That's why I think he's on the show.
But the next subject raised from an anonymous caller was more controversial. The woman was cheating on her husband. And here marriage is sacred.
The love doctor said that, you know, she should definitely seek help and they should get a divorce. And then Petek asked her, you know, why did you call us? And she's like, well, this is the first time that I can reveal it.
But we were in for a shock of our own.
Jazeera televizyondan geldiler.
The crew, Ayşe and I, were the surprised guests on Petek's show. We're just fascinated by the fact that women are talking openly in Turkey and they're talking about such a range of interesting issues. We were going live to Turkey's millions for all of Ayşe's friends to see.
And she's on the phone.
3 hours later, we had our own audience with the 27-year-old star. We didn't expect to join you on the show today.
Türk kadını sürprizleri sever.
She says Turkish women love surprises.
We know that women in Istanbul are very progressive.
Çağdaş bir ülke.
Turkey is very
gibi.
modern right now, and you can see from me in my show that we are very modern.
Yes, Turkish women are allowed breasts, obviously.
Herkes istediğini giymekte serbest.
In Turkey, everyone is free to wear whatever they want to.
But we do know that outside of Istanbul that there's a much more conservative elements and that many women are living a very different life.
Bu uçurumu işte bu programda.
She realized that there is a big gap, and she's trying to close that gap as much as possible.
Is that your main focus, education for women?
Eğitim, evde...
Yes, that's one of her goals, to educate young girls, but at the same time, it's very important to fight, for her to fight violence at the home against women, as well as providing employment for women, as well as just teaching them how to be beautiful. That's her luxury, to be able to help people.
Yes.
I'm young and beautiful, I'll make you sorrowful. If you look at other cheeks, I will show you what it means, what it means.
Some of the women most in need of help are to be found in the centre of Istanbul.
This is Tarlabaşı, which is one of the most dangerous slums in Istanbul.
As tensions rose over Cyprus in the 1960s, this once Greek area emptied. Abandoned houses were squatted, providing a haven for Istanbul's poor.
They're Kurdish people, Armenians, people from Iraq and Iran, transvestites, gypsies, so it's all a mix of everyone from here and there.
And helping migrants deal with life in Istanbul's centre of drugs and prostitution is this community centre.
I can hear them.
We were being treated to an improvised play.
They're two Arab girls who are very poor and who don't have food.
They decide to kill the king and queen so they can eat their food. But after eating, they turn on each other. I mean, I was genuinely shocked. They did this improvised performance and the next minute they're slapping each other around.
Yeah, it's just in their life, so they sort of incorporated that into their play. At the same time, you saw how close they were to each other, so there is that neighborhood feeling.
But that neighbourhood feeling is under threat. Look at those two in that house. Some real estate agent is thinking that's one of the best views in Istanbul. And people are beginning to look beyond the crime statistics.
If you look at the structure of the houses, they're actually Art Deco and Art Nouveau houses, so in terms of their architecture value, they're quite valuable.
And a bit of community feeling is no match for developers with cash to buy, so the migrants are already being moved out.
My friend Murat, who's a real estate agent, will be showing us some apartments.
Hi, Amanda.
How do you do?
Very good. Welcome to our area. We're selling more and more every day.
Nice. I could tell by the tie. In the last 18 months, this renovated apartment has more than doubled in value to over $250,000. Is all of this changing because Istanbul's rising middle class? Or,
Rising
it's
middle
getting
class,
bigger,
and people are looking for more interesting places to live. They just don't want to live in gated communities. They want to live in more trendy, more historical places.
That must be upsetting some locals if you've got prices going from 150% in some
Yeah, that's true. It should be upsetting, and some people are happy about it as well.
You're happy about it?
Huh?
You're happy about it?
I mean, as long as there's a transaction, we are happy.
So now you can hear the prayer, which is the prayer right before Ramadan break, when people break the fast.
Completed in 1616, the Sultan Ahmed Mosque is also known as the Blue Mosque because of its interior tiles.
In the old times, a guy used to go up there and say the prayer, but now it's a recording.
But this mosque was actually built right after the peak period of the Ottoman Empire.
I can't believe he's got a mobile in the mosque.
Sorry. Alo, camideyiz, arayacağım. Tamam mı?
The Blue Mosque directly faces the Byzantine church, St. Sophia, which has stood since 537. The Ottomans converted it to a mosque before building their own.
So this is like the answer of the Ottoman Empire to the building of the Byzantine Empire.
As sundown approached, many Istanbulites head to restaurants rather than home to break their 30-day fast.
The end of Ramadan really means showing the believers that, a life different than yours exists. And it's a lot of sacrifice they make, from their daily lives.
Yeah.
And, for the sake of God, you have to voluntarily experience these days in order to become closer to the God.
Usually, Ramadan means to make the people come together.
This is Amanda, by the way. Yeah, this is their whole family is here.
Yes, the table is enlarging as the years pass.
After Ramadan, Muslims celebrate 3 days of holiday festivities known as Bayram, and part of that is taking sweets to your loved ones.
There's a saying in Turkish, you say, you eat sweet and you talk sweet.
And some even sing sweet. Bayram is all about enjoying each other's company. And also showing hospitality.
He's calling you on stage.
No! What is it about getting people on stage? Farhat said all I had to do was say hello, or merhaba. But when I said goodbye on the closing song, the singer made this gesture. And I didn't know what else I was expected to do. Now, somebody has set me up here, and he's still not forgiven, leaving me out there alone to improvise. pastoral crowd was so accepting in the true spirit of Ramadan.
She said you sang extremely well. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. That is the end of possibly the most embarrassing 48 hours in my life. Not in this series. It was perfect.
I could have done better than that.
Well, let's prove it. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Give us something.